Hey,
having
give
me.
us a little bit of history now. Tell us about how this whole thing started, and it all goes back to kind of growing up in San Diego, right?
Yeah, growing up in San Diego on the beach, surfing, skateboarding, downhill mountain bike racing,
Yeah.
and you know, a lot of bumps and bruises. But you know, cannabis was kind of our go-to. You know,
Right.
it kind of gave us the courage to jump off of cliffs and take
Yeah.
off on crazy waves and stuff like that.
And a lot of history in medicinal, right?
Yes,
And-
definitely. So I beat myself up downhill mountain bike
Sure.
racing and stuff, and then I had a collective in San Diego where I met my wife.
Yeah.
During a raid in '99 where I got arrested for 448 plants, and she kind of saved my life that day.
Yeah.
So it's been really good to meet up with her and continue our life. But my life before started, I did a lot of traveling in Mexico.
Yeah.
I was a surfer. I did a lot of lobster fisherman. I was lobster fisherman for 3 years down there, and this was a really great lifestyle.
So that arrest in 1999 brings you to here. Did you ever think we'd come full circle and have the legalization here and the recreational? And I mean, it's got to be something for the background that you have.
Oh, it's totally mind blowing. We never
Yeah.
thought we'd come this far.
Sure.
And to have it available in all these different forms for medical and recreational and the concentrates. I know we're having issues now, but that'll all clear itself up. I would have never believed in my whole lifetime that this was going to come on us, but when it did, I was ready.
Yeah, okay, you are in California, you are in Washington, you're in Oregon,
Oregon,
right?
yeah.
Okay, I want to get to some of these products too.
Okay.
And let's start with this. Start with the soil, and you're all organic, right?
Yeah,
and
all
tell us,
organic.
as we're talking about this, why is that so important?
Well, it's so important right now. We're having this big pest gate and
Yeah.
these big heavy metal things in Oregon and Washington and Colorado. They've just been huge things. They've been really disturbing the industry, and they really have people concerned. So there's a lot of different places these pesticides can come from, and one of them comes from the nutrient line.
Yeah.
So we have been constantly testing our nutrients for the last 3 years for pesticides and heavy metals. We've become way below the average, allowable percentage.
Right. And people say, isn't all marijuana growing organic? But it's not.
No, a lot of people still use Miracle
Yeah,
Grow out
yeah.
there, and that's a shame. They
Yeah.
grow big, beautiful buds, but they give you this weird tweaky high that's
Right.
really not healthy.
So tell us why this soil is so great.
Because it's fully organic, it's packed with cocoa.
Yeah.
We try to do with this industry booming so much, there's so much use of all these products
Right.
that we're using the ones that are most sustainable over a long
Sure.
period of time. So we don't use up all these components.
And while we're talking about growing, this is the super bloom. Tell us
Yeah,
about
this is our
right?
Farmer Tom Super Bloom.
Right.
It's got some background on some things in it. We feed top dress it to the plants in the later
Okay.
stages of life. It helps with the blooming and the buds and the callus and the crystal growth on the
Sure,
plants.
sure. Okay, and this is the final product.
Yeah,
Tell
this
us
is-
about this.
Well, this is some Shark Shock. It's grown by my grower here in Portland. Panda Farms grows Farmer Tom
Sure.
here in Oregon, and they've done a really great job. And we got a little sample here.
Yeah.
And want to whiff?
What's the strain here? What's the?
Well, it's Shark Shock. It's got a pretty sweet, nice smell. Smell
It
really
really
good.
does.
It's really not offensive or anything, or too dank or anything crazy like that.
CBD kind of higher.
Yeah, the CBD kind of, it's a little more medicinal, but it's good for everybody. If you feel good,
Yeah.
then it's good.
Do you see the recreational kind of swapping up the medicinal? Do you see it
Well, they're
combining?
trying. Well, they're trying to. Like at the state level, there's a lot of corporate money out there right now. There's big corporate money like America's and GD Pharmaceutical are pumping into the legislature. It's really hard for us small guys to compete against those big corporate guys like that.
Okay, two other things I want to
All
get
right.
to. Tell us about this quickly. This is for the aches and pains, right?
Yeah, we're kind of we're cross promoting this. We're gonna for the AARP crowd. It's gonna be available in every store at the checkout stand, and then we'll have a medicated version with the green top on it. And basically, it's a relief stick. Wherever you feel some aches and pains, you run that baby
Medicinal
on.
dose like, yeah.
There's a lot of CBD in here and a little THC.
Right. Okay. So Farmer Tom gets with Uncle Spliffy, right? Tell
Yes.
us about this PSA with you at the front.
Oh man, it's
Great
been
idea.
Yeah.
And it's responsible use, right?
Oh, no doubt. King and Cliff have done a couple things together with ESPN. They came and did a little shoot. Mike
Former
Grove there.
trailblazer, right?
Yeah, awesome guy.
Right.
Really into cannabis. He's kind of always stuck up for cannabis. Kind of like me. He kind of took some hits in the early days for
Yeah.
being a cannabis guy, but now that things come legal, we're kind of cool now.
That's a
So,
great PSA.
yeah, so we want to really educate kids and youth and responsible youth across the country.
Yeah.
We figured between the two of us, him professional athlete and me a small farmer, we could really have a really wide reach of people we can educate
Yeah.
on cannabis because it's all about safe, responsible use.
No question. All right, big on social media. As
All right.
we go to break, tell us where we can find you. You're
Yeah.
all over the place, right, on social media.
Yeah, I'm Farmer Tom Lauerman on Instagram, and I'm Farmer Tom Lauerman on Facebook, and you can find me out there on LinkedIn too.
come back and see us.
All right, thanks a
Good
lot.
to see you
Take care,
again.
you guys.
All righty, we're back with more right after this. Stay there.